Hi, I'm Claire. Welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I am going to be doing the middle townhouse in this townhouse trio that I created. So I got this idea from a YouTube short that I saw. It's a real estate YouTube channel, and they had like these modern townhomes, and I thought to myself I could roughly recreate what is in the real or the YouTube short into The Sims, and so I kind of exterior is like based off of it, but the interior not so much. The exterior had a very modern feel, and so I wanted to kind of carry that into the home, and so I tried to use very modern and updated appliances, something you would like see in like a model home, like a luxury model home to be more exact. And so we are now just going to be struggling with the cabinets and going to be using these bar stools from Spa Day. The front doors are also from Spa Day. That kind of reminded me of what was in the reel, and so I keep calling it reels, YouTube shorts. And so now we are going to be working on a little home gym area. This is technically where the garage is, and so I didn't want to have it be like just an empty room since garages don't exist yet, or probably will never exist in The Sims. And so I made it into a home gym, but it could be like an art studio or another like hobby type room in the other two units if you want to design this space for your own family and maybe have like this apartment or this unit be rented out. It is a middle apartment, so it's pretty easy to tell the other two apartments apart. At first, I did kind of color code them just to be easier on me to be like, okay, the apartment 1, apartment 2, apartment 3, and I didn't realize this until after I did it, but I made it blue, green, and pink, kind of like the Three Good Fairies in Sleeping Beauty, and I got really happy because I'm a very big Disney fan. You can ask anybody in my family and they would tell you, and so we are just going to be making a little seating area by the front door and going to be putting some shoes by that, and I did saw that plant. I'm like, oh, that would look good, not there but somewhere else, and I forgot to use it, and so we are just going to be putting the chair on an angle, and I made it green just because this was the green apartment or a unit, and you can't really tell, it's kind of more like a mint green blue, but I wanted to have some like pops of green here and there to kind of represent that like original thought process. And so we are just going to be using this big mirror from the Get Famous pack. Oh, I did build this house in the Get Famous world, and so now we are just going to be using these modern shelving from the exercise kit or pack. I don't remember the name of it. I rarely use that pack, and so I wanted to use it in this build just to kind of be out of my comfort zone, I guess. And so we are just going to be cluttering up the shelves with some kitchen clutter, and so we are also going to be using the kitchen stuff pack, which again I never use, but it has some nice modern items. And I was trying to go out of my comfort zone with like packs I don't really use, and so we are just going to be adding a spice rack, and I have this first floor be medium wall height, and it just looked really weird just having it one row of shelves, especially on the end where it's like double stacked, and so I just had to kind of blend it in. And so now we are going to be working on some pictures for the front entryway. I first started with those two, then I end up using these pictures from the city living pack. It slipped my mind for a second. And so now we are just going to be adding some other decorations from city living. Maybe this family that I'm designing this home for moved from the city to the kind of more suburbs area, and so we are just going to be working on a little dining space. I couldn't really decide if I wanted it in that corner or if I wanted it kind of in the middle. I kind of at the beginning I wanted it to be in this area, but like the middle area just seemed so empty, and so I do kind of make another room and put the dining room in the middle of the room. And I really do like how this like layout and floor plan turned out for this first floor. And so I was trying to figure out still. I wasn't like completely set on like making another room. Plus, I would have to have like another room in each of the other two. But I guess it does kind of work out for the best just to have another room, have another like open office area. Maybe this is like the family computer, and maybe one of the parents is always a chef, and so they want their kids to be responsible, and they feel like the only way for them to be responsible is to always have their eyes on their kids with the computer. And so now we are just going to be adding just a few decorations in here. I added an art easel for another like skill building item. I really love these glasses from the clutter pack or clutter kit, and so now we are just going to kind of finishing up the decorations. I kind of thought it would be a little overkill to add to our easels, so we're just going to add a plant in here instead. And I just kind of like how it turned out, kind of goes with the table with the vases from the plants. And so now we are just going to be adding some pictures. I couldn't really like know what I wanted to go for. I kind of thought like this like Victorian pictures or like older fashioned pictures look good. Like they like went to like a studio and like did that, and they just like brought it home. And so now we are just going to be adding just a few more decorations in this space. Going to be adding a rug to the dining room, just kind of tying in the space. And now we are going to be going into the half bath. So there is a bathroom on each level, and so since this is kind of a small space, I just have it in the entryway kind of. And so we just very simple, keeping it modern. And so I'm pretty sure I do use the toilet that came with the exercise pack, which is again I never use, and so it's fine to use it in this build just since I don't use it. And so now we are going to be adding a rug by the front door, kind of finishing up the space and going up on to the second level, which is the living room, and has 3 bedrooms and a bath. And so the our first room is going to be the living room, TV, media area, and I wanted to make like a little bookshelf area around it, and going to be adding a little smart home device for your Sims, because I feel like a house this big, it would be easier just to click on that thing, and then by the time your Sims get to the from the fourth floor to the first floor, that pizza delivery will already be here. So we are just going to be making a little kind of hutch for the TV, and going to be decorating the hutch. And it was a little hard to decorate because I just didn't want to have like it look like it was like a mirror image of each other from side to side. And so it was kind of hard, but I feel like it turned out pretty good. I did cut out a little part of it just because it was just like repetitive. And so now we are just going to be finishing up the bookshelf. I think I did not watch this video before I started recording, although I did just edit it yesterday, so I thought I would be good, but I'm sorry if I'm repeating and mumbling. And so now we are just going to be adding a little seating area. At first I wanted to not use the chairs from, or like the wraparound chairs from Dream Home Decorator. I wanted to use like the actual sofa. Again, I never use it, but I had to go back to my old ways and make my own couch. I feel like this space is just like big enough, like so big that you kind of want to have like a custom couch in this area. And so I do add a little play tent because I designed a room for a toddler. Also, if you have a toddler, I'm sorry, this house has a lot of stairs. A couple of weeks ago, I decided to not have a toddler in a house because there are so many stairs, but I feel like this family needed a lot of like different ages, and so we are just going to be going in and adding some pictures. I again wanted to tie in some of those like green colors, and so we do have a tiny little balcony, and it's small enough to just add a chest table. I probably could have added another art easel, but it just that fit better. I already have an art easel, and so I want to add a chest table. And so now we are in the toddler's bedroom. I wasn't really picturing this to be specifically for a girl or a boy. Kind of wanted to make it for either or, so when your Sims, if your Sims come into this house and you want like live in the part I designed, you can have either or. And so we do add a dollhouse that's from Eco Lifestyle that it looks like made out of cardboard. You might be thinking that's a little out of style from a modern home. It would probably have like a big dollhouse that's like made out of plastic, but I kind of liked this like kind of homemade dollhouse. It kind of looks like it's like maybe one of its older siblings made it for the child. Maybe it was a teenager, or maybe they just had a lot of cardboard and they didn't want to throw it away. And so I just thought that would be kind of cute. Maybe the parents were like, "This is what I played with as a kid. This is what you're gonna play with as a kid and or toddler." And so we are just going to be adding just a few more decorations in the an office area, and going to adding a rug, and then just going to be adding some pictures into the room. And this is just kind of tying it up, just going to be adding some like animal pictures. Now we are going to be going into the kind of like a tween room. I was imagining maybe like middle school or like freshman in high school, and so we are just going to be finishing up this room with just some bunny stickers. I love adding these because I have bunnies in real life, and so we are just going to be adding a play rug by the dollhouse, and going to be going into the bathroom real quick. It's a little tight in here just because of the just because I also had to add a taller toilet, and I did test the normal size toilet and it worked fine. So hopefully the taller toilet is also works fine. If not, I might have to do a little bit of adjustment. Also, please make sure to use bb.move objects, or else the items might disappear and like you won't be able to adjust the toddler toilet. And so now we are just going to be adding a few pictures onto the walls and going into the tween space. And so, like I said, I was mentioning this before, like a freshman in high school girl. Her favorite color is light mint green, and she is kind of like experimenting with makeup and just trying to have a fun time. I did give her the desk from the what's that, from the cube pack, the like very pastel kit. And so we are just going to be adding a dresser for her in the corner. This is from the high schoolers pack, and I added a little like makeup or hair brushing like hair station on the floor. I put it on the floor because I know like from YouTubers that people like doing their hair and makeup on the floor for some reason, and so I have those items kind of easily accessed. Probably have the makeup on the desk so their toddler sibling doesn't get into it, but they don't mind them getting into the hairbrushes and that stuff. And so we are just going to be adding a few like book posters and going to be adding that desk. I just thought it was kind of fun, kind of showed a little bit of youthfulness, and I have all of the items on this desk, like all the decorations, be white. I thought it'd be kind of fun to just kind of make it all one color, kind of bring out the dots or squares on the wallpaper. and so we are just going to be adding just a few more items or wall decorations, and now I think we are going to be going into the like probably senior in high school teen bedroom. And so it was kind of hard for me to choose a bed because the wall paper I chose has like a very like heavy like pattern, and so I didn't want to like do like pattern on pattern. I wanted it to like be kind of like simple and clean, and for interest for the sim I decided would be a gamer who like streams their content. And so I have the desk and computer, my words are getting tangled in my tongue, but the desk and the computer are from the high school years pack along with the bed, and then the chair is from the base game. And so we are just going to be adding a side table and going to be adding just a few more things here and there, going to be adding this dresser to kind of tie in the yellow from the wallpaper, and going to be adding a few posters. I went first for the high school years pack or the pictures from the high school years, just because I do have this one picture. I thought that'd be fun, get in the background of the Sims live streams. And so now we are just going to be adding some posters above the computer. Maybe those are the 3 games this sim mainly plays, although I think one of them is like shouting out a YouTuber in real life. And so now we are just going to be adding a little bookshelf reading area, and this could be another like secondary living room, kind of like maybe more of like a movie theater vibes up here, if you want to design this for your design one of the other 2 areas for your own Sims. And so I thought it would be fun for the Sims to just kind of have a nice little like quiet reading area. Maybe one of the parents is like a bookworm, and this is like right like outside of their bedroom, and so whenever they like leave their bedroom, they just like, books, I'm happy now. And so now we are just going to be kind of working on a little media room. I thought it would be fun for one of the parents to be kind of like a vlogger, and so we just kind of are making a little like setup for them. And I was imagining that the content would either be like fashion criticism, or movie like reviews, or maybe they're an actor or actress who has like with like their movie posters in background, or TV shows they've been in. And so I thought that would just kind of be a fun little area to make. And so we are just going to be adding those little pops of green in this room, and going to be adding those movie posters. I thought it'd be really fun to just kind of enhance the story that could be going on in this house. And so now we are in the parents' bedroom, the main bedroom, and so I do kind of keep it dark and moody. I feel like the other rooms in the house are just kind of light and bright, and I wanted to kind of break it up with this room. And so we are going to be using the bed from Seasons, and going to be using the side tables and the dresser. They are from the high school years pack. And so now we are just going to be working on the balcony off of the main bedroom. I just kind of made it a little seating area. I thought it turned out really cute, very simple. Want to make sure it's functional. At the time of recording, I did not have a sim like in the house to playtest it, and so I just want to keep it simple. And plus, you probably don't want a whole bunch of stuff for in the front of your house for all your neighbors to see. And so the cool part about the bedrooms, or the en-suites in these apartments or units, is that they all have like a walk-in closet for the ensuite. They all have walk-in closets, and I'm just going to be adding in pops of green, so I thought it'd be fun. I don't do walk-in closets, and so I thought it would be just kind of fun for me personally, just because I never use it. I never use spa day. I just wanted to do things I normally wouldn't do in this build, and so we are just going to be finishing up. Just going to be adding a mirror and some bath towels and bathrobe, and so we are just going adding a rug to kind of anchor the space like in the dining room. And now we are on the rooftop deck. This is what the YouTube short had in the video, and so I kind of wanted to recreate that as well. I tried to add a hot tub up here, it just didn't really fit, and then I remembered I used the fencing from the Perfect Patio, and one of the draws to buy the Perfect Patio pack a few years ago was the spa or the hot tubs, and now we got like hot tubs in the base game, so some people are mad about that. But anyway, we are just kind of going to be making this a little area. You can obviously change anything on this. I just try to keep it very simple, and now we are just going to be adding some solar panels. I thought it would just be fun to add some solar panels. I do use a lot of eco lifestyle, and so I thought it would make sense. It is like a flat part of the roof, and so now we are just going to be adding a little outdoor yoga area. I do also add a planter, like a flower arrangement table, and just a bench out here, along with a painting, so you can paint on the floor, painting mural. And so here is that table. It is from the Snow Escape pack, and so we do go into the backyard really quick, and on the outside of the backyard is a community swimming pool. I thought that would be kind of fun to do. I remember being younger, and my neighborhood had a like neighborhood swimming pool, and I just kind of thought that would be fun to add one in here, just because there was so much extra space, and I didn't really want them to be like a long, skinny backyard. So I thought the community swimming pool would be fun, and so we are just going to be adding a fire pit and going to be getting close to the end of the video. And I just kind of try to keep it simple back here, so I hope you enjoyed watching. If you want to play in this house, the information will be down in the description. I post new videos every single Tuesday, so please come back for another video next week, and I hope to see you all next week. Also, please make sure to follow me over on Instagram. I try to make bonus content over there, so I'd be really appreciated if you check me out over there, and I hope to see you all next week for another Sims 4 video. Bye!